Hey, how's it going, guys? Time for today's YouTube recap. Not much to really go over today, but nonetheless, let's talk about what I was posting on StockTwits and on YouTube, right? I posted on the community tab, and then we'll get into today's price action, take a look at the order flow. So, we start our days, or at least I do, creating a daily plan. Step 1, checking out the overnight TPO. This is called a TPO chart. Each one of these are a, where's my pen? Each one of these are a market profile. And what do we use TPO charts for? I know they're intimidating, but they're really not. It takes, I don't know, it doesn't take long to learn them. And once you do know what these mean and how to read them, it's really just a glance at it. And what do they tell you? Well, we could see whether we're trading in or out of balance, building balance, whether we have structure that needs to be cleaned up, whether we're cleaning structure currently. So, we're looking at where points of control are lying, where value area high and lows are lying. Are we building balance? Of course, a whole bunch of things like that. What are the shapes of each of these market profiles? What do the tops look like? What do the bottoms look like? And each one of those things help us derive information that we can then use to build our daily plans. So, as I said, I always start the morning checking out what the overnight session did. From there, creating a daily plan. Step 2, I go to my 4-hour chart. So this is a footprint chart. If you're unfamiliar with this, link to the home of the channel. I have a quick video of just how I have these configured and what they mean. But essentially, we're looking at transacted volume. So every morning in the room, I'll dissect the overnight TPO and do a write-up annotated how I have here, send it in our daily plan tab, and same for this, right? So just looking at each part of the order flow from Friday into the overnight session, all of that and what I take from it and what I'm looking for, right? From there, I go to the daily and much of the same thing, right? I'm just breaking up the order flow and seeing where market participants are located, things that we need to be traders, especially day traders, when we're playing at these inflection points, right? From there, I have my daily plan. So my daily plan personally was not changed at all from Friday. I'm just patiently waiting for my levels. Being a trader as a career, you do not have to trade every single day. 100%, right? You find your inflection points on your higher time frames, these key inflection points with the best risk to reward, and you trade there, right? That's all trading is, especially when you're doing this over long term. You want to minimize your risk exposure in the markets, and the best way to do that, in my opinion, is play at key inflection points on, your daily, weekly, monthly, stuff like that, even your 4-hour. And I just want to say thank you, everyone. Over this weekend, we hit 190 subscribers on the channel over here, and I'm thinking of doing something special for when we hit 200. So if you do find value in these videos, comment. A lot of people have been leaving comments. I appreciate it. Likes as well, and of course a sub. So let's look at today's order flow. This is our 4-hour chart, and what do we see? Just simply glancing at this. First touch of the cloud since CPI obviously had a huge move, right? What was it, like 200 points or so we ripped. This was our first touch of the 4-hour cloud that we have here. We could see an active bid, and we still see an active bid here. We see sellers trying, marked by these selling imbalances, buying imbalances, of course. But as for today's price action, when I pull up this 30-minute chart, we see the overnight session here, which somewhere like that was just consolidation, right? This isn't chop. There's reasoning for this. But we know price is happy to trade here, just trading between Friday's point of control and Friday's value area high. Now into today, it's just a continuation. So what do we see here? Again, this day type is not chop. Everyone likes to just rule it off as chop or whatever, but there's reasoning behind it, right? And when we look at our higher time frames, we can see, right, there's a lot of volume in this area. Now using the stuff that we talk about, the market logic, if you will, that I use, we could then get our daily bias, looking at our higher time frames to figure out whether this high volume area, that's what we like to call them, is an offer or a bid, right? Is this just a consolidation before the next move up, or of course is this distribution before we revisit lower. So we talk about all this in the room. I have an introductory series going over all these tools of TPO footprint, as well as the market logic that I use. Let me just see, is there anything else that I am forgetting? I don't think so. So that was our quick recap for today. I'll have a private recap later after close, so we could break up the session between the overnight session, open session, afternoon, and then afternoon into close with the room. But I hope you guys all had a green day today if you did trade, and I will see you guys tomorrow in the next recap.